Welcome back to the Urban J. Nutter Center. The Wright State Raiders trailing the UIC Flames 26-14. I'm Jack Pohl along with former Wright State Raider Braden Bushman. And Braden, 5 field goals in the first half. You're shooting under 25% from the floor. I mean, this UIC defense we knew was good. I don't know if we knew they were this good.
Well, they're good, but they're also Wright State's not really hitting some open shots. So.
Well, Wright State has not lost a single game yet this season on their home floor, but their work is cut out for them in the next 20 minutes. As they will have to get rid of a 12-point deficit, and we will be back for the second half after we take a short break. You are watching Wright State Raider basketball on Dayton CW. Welcome back to the Urban J. Nutter Center. Jack Pohl along with former Raider Braden Bushman. Wright State trailing by 12, and there's the stats to back it up.
Well, Jack, like we were talking about before.
Well, we talked about fatigue being a factor in this one. That has certainly been the case. A lot of shots off the front end of the rim. And as you were talking about in the first half, when you see that kind of shot, that's from basically being tired.
You know what it is, and I think
pressing, you've got Kendall Griffin 0, Reggie Arsenault 0, Cole Darling 3, and those were the first 3 of the ball game. Matt Vest 0 points, Tavares Sledge 4, and those are the guys that are out on the floor right now. I mean, there's just no scoring out there.
Right, and they give credit to UIC Flames because they've also played a very good defensive game so far.
Well, that's a tough shot by Kelly. Criddle with the rebound, in the lane with the right hand, and he'll get the hook shot to fall. And UIC gets the first bucket of the second half to put the Raiders down 28-14, matching their largest deficit of the ball game. Colton drives in here, though, kicks it back out, and Miller, no good. And the rebound gets knocked away into the hands of Kendall Griffin, and the Raiders with a chance to get it under 10 for the first time in a long time. Griffin drives down the lane, one hop, and off the glass for 2, and just like that, the Raiders are down by just 8, a 6-0 run for Wright State. Welcome back to the Urban J. Nutter Center. Wright State trails UIC 29-22. I'm Jack Pohl along with former Raider Braden Bushman. Braden, Wright State scored 14 points in the first 20 minutes. Here in the first 5 minutes of the second half, they've scored 8. That is a good sign.
That is a good sign. And
Miles Dixon had an opportunity maybe there to penetrate, passes it up. Reggie Arsenault with a little give and go to Tavares Sledge. He dipsy-doodles with the right hand or left hand, and that'll fall for 2, and suddenly it's a 4-point game. The Raiders have shaved 10 points off the Flames lead here in the second half. We're back here at the Urban J. Nutter Center. Jack Pohl along with former Raider Braden Bushman. Wright State had trailed by as many as 14 here in the second half. They've cut it down to 4, and we take out a nice play here by Tavares Sledge.
Yeah, Tavares has done a good job of bringing a little bit of energy. He's made some good deep.
The Flames with a chance to add to their 6-point lead. Dalton trying to take over this game. Don't you get that feeling? He's trying to make shots. Oh, there's a steal by Matt Vest. He'll go in all alone with a one-handed jam, and the Raiders trail by only 4.
That's what we needed.
Screen there from Reggie Arsenault for 3, no good. Gets his own rebound. Baby jumper off the window and in. Wright State trailing now by just 4, 38-34 with 6:06 remaining in the ball game. And now are within striking distance on their home floor with 5.5 minutes to go. Darling spins, goes up with the right hand. It drops in for 2, and the Raiders trail by a bucket. 38-36. The comeback nearly complete. Colton back to Criddle. Cole Darling against Criddle. Turnaround Jay goes in and out. Rebound. Foul is called, and the bucket. What a shot there by Mark Brown. Gets the friendly roll, and he'll have an opportunity to complete a 3-point play.
A little play.
Good defense by Young. Criddle sets the screen, but the ball is stolen away. Jaron Young goes in, off the glass and in. Fast break, 2 points for Jaron Young. Raiders back down by just 3. Huge turnover and bucket by Jaron Young. That ignites this crowd here at the Nutter Center. Talton just inside the line, nails a 2-pointer. And that quiets things rather quickly as the Flames lead by 5 with 4:10 remaining in regulation. And the Raiders patiently waiting for a shot. Sledge sets the screen. Griffin goes back to Sledge on the baseline. Spin move. Tavares nowhere to go. Nearly turns it over, but it's Kendall Griffin with the ball. That gets swatted away. Matt Vest comes down with it. He goes to Tavares Sledge, and he'll drain the base baseline jumper. How do you like that? 43-40, Flames out in front. 30-second timeout is called. Wow, we got ourselves a ball game here late. Welcome back to the Urban J. Nutter Center. Wright State and UIC in a classic Horizon League showdown. 2:49 left in regulation. Raiders trailing by 3. Big game for Wright State. I mean, they're just a game out of first behind Valparaiso in the Horizon League. This is not the one you want to drop at home. In fact, you want to win them all at home. It's tough enough to win any on the road.
Exactly. Tough enough to win on the road. You got to make sure you take care of business on your home court.
The Raiders have done that all season, 8-0 here at the Nutter Center. Talton wide open for 3 and buries it. That's as big a shot as we've seen hit all day. 46-40, Flames out in front, and a timeout called by Billy Donlin. That's the first time he's been that wide open, but maybe Billy wants to talk about it, and he does. Done. Raiders still have life. 48-41 with 2 minutes remaining. Reggie Arsenault looking to spark a late comeback for the Raiders. Reggie against Talton, and Talton gets the steal. Oh, that's a tough turnover for the sophomore out of New Orleans.
Here
comes Reggie Arsenault. They don't have a lot of time to think about it. Under a minute remaining. Arsenault goes down, off the glass, no good. Rebound. Miles Dixon drops it home for 2, and it's a 48-43 game. 2-possession game, Braden. What are you talking about if you're Billy Donlin?
Well, right now you're...
Raiders trailing by 6 with 46.5 seconds left. Clock rolling. Reggie Arsenault brings it down, dumps it off the Matt Vest. Here's Yoho for 3, and he knocks it down. It's a 3-point game. Tell you what, you better turn around if you're headed for the X's. This baby isn't over yet.
It's not over when you have JT Yoho. That kid...
Billy Donlin finishes up his instructions. Howard Moore does the same from the UIC bench. Let's see if we can decide this thing in the next 37.7 seconds. That is Talton. He's got to get it over the 10-second line. He'll throw it deep down the court. And going in and off the glass, that's a heck of a play there by Josh Criddle. Take the bucket. Raiders back down by 5 with 25 seconds to go.
So they're going to have to regroup. You know, this one's over, and they're going to have to really let it go and regroup for Wednesday, because if the league's, there's still a lot of time to play in the league.
Well, it's fitting that Reggie Arsenault would miss a 3-pointer on the final play of the game as the Raiders finished 2 of 19 from beyond the arc. Sad night to be a Raider fan as they take one on the chin. 55-49, the Flames win it. We'll be back to recap it in just a moment. You are watching Wright State Raider basketball on Dayton CW. Welcome back to the Urban J. Nutter Center. UIC over Wright State tonight, 55-49. The Flames, Gary Talton, 18 points in this one, and he was the difference down the stretch, and the Raider offense just really never got on track.
They never did, and it was a very cold, you know, it was just a cold play-in.
Well, Billy Donlin won't admit it, but there had to be some form of a road trip hangover in this one. Wright State falls to UIC 55-49. Their very first loss at home this season. They'll try again Wednesday night when they host Detroit right here at the Nutter Center. Braden, it's our final telecast of the year, so I want to thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you. Great job, and I look forward to doing many more games with you in the future.
Your championship.
All right, we'll see what happens, but that's it for us for this season. But Raider up the rest of the years. Wright State could still have a very magical ride waiting to go deep into March. Let's hope anyway. For Braden Bushman and everyone here at Wright State University's Nutter Center, I'm Jack Pohl. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, our final score, UIC 55, Wright State 49. Have a great night, everyone.